So you tell me why you do it.
I don't have to tell you.
No?
Don't have an explanation.
At the moment, I think you're standing right next to the PIN code and filming police officers putting their PIN codes in.
Nah, I don't think you do.
Huh?
I don't think so, no.
No?
Nah.
Okay. All right. Well, at the moment, you're detained on the purpose of search under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act, okay, for a search. Okay, I believe PIN codes to the entrance.
Section 43, yeah?
Yep, Section 43.
You're gonna cuff me?
What starts as a routine bit of filming escalates quickly. Officers begin leaning on Section 43 powers, hinting at searches and pushing for the phone to be handed over. The auditor in this footage is Kohlbergs, one of the UK's sharpest and most composed voices in the audit space. And from the moment that pressure begins, the response is anything but reactive. Calm, composed, and methodical, every inconsistency gets picked apart, and the pressure gets turned straight back onto the officers. Stay with this one. It escalates fast, and there's a lot to unpack.
You've got some pretty cool trainers on, I can't lie.
Thank you, sir. So why are you filming at the back?
You know why I'm filming,
No, I don't know
man.
why
Yeah, you already summed it up. Something about causing trouble and this and
No, I
that. So
don't
there
know
you
why
go.
you're
Yeah,
filming.
well, you already
So
summed it
I'm
up.
asking you why you're filming.
You know why I'm filming, man.
No, I don't know.
Yes, you do.
No, why are you filming?
You know too well why I'm filming.
No, not a clue.
Yes, you do. You said you've done this before, this and that, so...
It's a bit weird, I must admit. You seem to want police interaction.
So you're going to search you now, yeah?
No, not necessarily, because I know who you are.
Okay, well, there you go. Let's leave it at that.
Okay, so can you move on, please?
I can't move on, I'm afraid, no. I'm on a is this not a pavement?
This is a pavement.
Yeah,
You're
well
trying to
then-
film the back of the police station, aren't you?
Well, at the
you
moment,
could
I'm not
be a
filming
risk to the security of the police station.
Not really. It's just a back gate.
Right. You want to go stand over there, maybe?
Not really, no.
What filming bits where people putting their PIN code in?
Okay, I won't film that. I won't film that.
No, you say you don't do that, but...
I don't care about anyone's PIN code. You know what this is?
No, I don't know what this is.
I'm not here to film PIN codes, mate.
Well, I don't know why.
Yes, you know.
Why do you choose to film?
Too well what this is.
Well, why do you do it? What's the circumstance of why you do it? That's not a silly question, is it? Because it's a weird thing to do.
It is I appreciate it's a weird thing to do, but...
So you tell me why you do it.
I don't have to tell you.
No?
Don't have an explanation.
At the moment, I think you're standing right next to the PIN code and filming police officers putting their PIN codes in.
Nah, I don't think you do.
Huh?
I don't think so, no.
No?
Nah.
You don't think so? You're standing right here next to the entrance where people tap their cards.
Yeah, I can assure you I'm not going to be filming any PIN code.
Well, not necessarily that I believe you, sir. You're standing right at the entrance and you do it all the time. You come around to the back of police stations and film. Did it at
I still haven't caught any PIN codes.
How do we know?
Well, now I still don't know any PIN codes.
Really? How do I know that?
Really, because there's intelligence about me. You should know what this is.
Is it? What's your name?
It's not my job to tell you these things.
All right.
I'm not committing any offences, so...
Okay. All right. Well, at the moment, you're detained on the purpose of search under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act, okay, for a search.
That exchange is a textbook example of escalation through suspicion. The officer kept pressing for a justification for filming, hinted at prior intelligence, and framed ordinary recording as something threatening. The auditor didn't take that bait. No explanations offered, no grounds surrendered. He stayed on the pavement and forced the officer to own the allegation. That's what set up the Section 43 threat. Here's what the law actually says. Section 43 of the Terrorism Act 2000 allows a constable to stop and search only when there is reasonable suspicion that the person is a terrorist and that a search will find evidence of that. NPCC photography guidance goes further. There are no powers prohibiting photography or filming in public places. Openly recording from a pavement does not, by itself, create Section 43 grounds. The officer's language sounded investigative, but the legal bar was sitting considerably higher than the conversation suggested. Watch what the auditor's silence actually accomplished. By declining to explain himself, he forced the encounter to move from vague discomfort toward a concrete legal claim. The moment Section 43 was named out loud, the dynamic shifted. Suspicion now required justification. Authorities suddenly carried evidential risk. Once terrorism is invoked, hunches had to become facts. That is a pressure point, and the auditor understood exactly where it was. The question is, if an officer hinted at intelligence and then mentioned terrorism, would you stay silent? Or would you start explaining yourself immediately?
I believe PIN codes to the entrance.
Section 43, yeah?
Yep, Section 43.
You going to cuff me?
Not at the moment.
Right.
Put that down for me, please.
Can I not keep it in my hand?
No, just put it down because you've been detained for a search.
1 second, mate.
Right, I'm Sergeant Barton. I'm just taking you into the police station. Just tell you the reasons, alright? Okay, Section 43 43 of the Terrorism Act. You may be filming stuff at the back police station, watching people put their pins in. That for reasons, i.e. terrorism. Okay, you seem to do this at the back of the police station. That was some reasons for it. Haven't been the same. So I find your activity suspicious. Alright, so you are trying to put this search. Okay. And you're entitled to a copy of the sticker. Just going to get some blood shots. Keep an eye on one.
We've been detained for a search on now. Got that phone recording. Something about people. Something about
It's about you're watching, filming police officers. You've got one phone recording. Okay, you're obstructing my search by filming me on another phone. Put your phone away from me, please.
I'm not obstructing anything, it's there.
Can I take the phone off you, please?
I'll put it in my pocket.
Okay, under section 43 of the Terrorism Act. Okay, well, I'll search you. Oh dear. Right, put that with your other phone.
I think it's just mod to be filled.
Mod, small shit. Right, do anything on you shouldn't have, anything that might hurt me? No? Well, you created this issue because you've come to the police station and started filming.
You have a pretty good idea of what it is I'm doing.
Well, I don't know why you're doing it. Yeah, because you are filming people going into the back of the police station, aren't you?
This is
and
a
you
pure
could well be
coincidence.
filming. It's not a coincidence, is it?
Yeah.
The tension reached a new level the moment the sergeant moved to formalize it. Section 43 was named directly, tied to filming a police station and recording people entering. The auditor stayed composed, kept recording, and did something precise and deliberate. He forced them to articulate the suspicion out loud. That single shift changed everything. Watch what happened to the officer's confidence the moment precision was required. Vagueness had been carrying the encounter up to that point. But once the sergeant had to speak specifically, once terrorism was formally attached to the allegation, the encounter stopped being casual pressure and became a testable legal claim. That distinction matters enormously. Vague discomfort can be asserted freely. Reasonable suspicion has to be defended. Those are two very different standards, and the auditor understood exactly which one now applied. This is the moment the chessboard lights up. Section 43 on the table means hunches are no longer enough. Evidence has to enter the conversation. And the auditor's composure made sure that burden stayed exactly where it belonged, on the officers making the claim. Legal clarity functions as armor in these moments. Knowing the threshold authority must meet means you stop volunteering answers that quietly weaken your own position. The question is, was invoking Section 43 here genuine policing, or was it intimidation dressed in legal language? And in that moment, what would you have said?
Why would
You
it
just happen to be driving here, and I just happen to be here. So
Why would it be
it's a pure coincidence. Us having this interaction is a pure coincidence. I haven't come here with the incentive to
You've placed yourself. Thank you. Stand over there for a second. You've placed yourself in the situation, haven't you? You've been really. So I want to get out.
What's that shit? Can I show you?
Are you able to show me the footage? Record it, please.
Why would I do that?
You've done the footage.
I'll pick the phone back up.
Yes, please.
So if I don't show you the footage, what are you going to do? You're going to seize the phone,
You're still detained, yeah. Under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act.
So if I show you the footage, it's going to be consensual, isn't it?
Well, under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act, so read it out to you. I can get up to you if you want.
No, I'm well aware of the legislation.
You
mate.
are well aware of
So
it.
if I show you the phone, that's consensual. Because otherwise we just have to seize the phone.
Or we'll arrest you.
You'll arrest me.
if necessary, yeah.
For doing what?
Well, under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act, if we can't view the footage, we believe you're filming the back of the police station, then we'll seize the phone and we'll have to investigate whether you're...
Okay, so under duress, under the
it's not
threat...
under duress.
No, of course it's under
you're
duress.
being detained for a search, aren't you?
Yeah, so under the threat of my property
That
being
is part
seized,
of the search.
obviously I'm feeling a bit scared right now, so I'm going to show you the
You
footage.
put yourself in this situation.
Okay, I'm going to show you the footage.
Thank you, sir.
But obviously it is under duress, yeah? So I'm going to film with the other phone.
This is where legal knowledge became the most powerful thing in that encounter. The officers pushed a false choice, show the phone voluntarily, or face siege and arrest under terrorism powers. The auditor caught the trap instantly. He complied, but he labeled it immediately, under duress, and kept the second camera rolling throughout. That was the pressure point. Section 43 of the Terrorism Act 2000 is specific. A constable may stop and search only where there is reasonable suspicion the person is a terrorist. Items may be seized only where they are reasonably suspected to be evidence of terrorism. The legal foundation has to come first. Officers cannot lead with pressure and hunt for justification afterward. Section 43 exists for genuine counterterrorism, not as leverage in a dispute about filming. Threatening seizure or arrest did not lower that threshold. Articulable suspicion of terrorism was still required before that power could lawfully apply. Watch what the auditor accomplished with a single word, duress, that reframed the entire exchange on camera. It documented that cooperation was being extracted through threat, not freely given. And when the officers pressed harder after he said it, they exposed exactly the imbalance he was naming. The threat landed, the camera stayed up, and authority was suddenly required to own the coercion on the record. Calm, precise language does what emotion cannot. It strips intimidation of its camouflage and preserves your narrative clearly. The question is, if police threatened seizure unless you showed your phone, would you comply? And if you did, would you have the presence of mind to state clearly that it was under duress?
We've been detained for a search right now. Got that phone recording. Something about a PIN code. Was that the grounds, was it? Something about a PIN code?
You're watching, filming police officers. You've got one phone recording. Okay, you're obstructing my search by filming on another phone. Put your phone away for the minute, you please.
I'm not obstructing anything, look, it's there. No, I'm going to keep the phone in my hand. So this is what we've got. You ready, Sergeant? Don't miss it, man. Right. No, I'll keep it in my hand, mate. It's my property, isn't it?
We're examining it.
You can examine it.
Start it from the whole time that you've been here.
Alright then.
So let's go back. Thank you. Turn up a bit, because I can't hear us.
That's been really interesting, mate. It's not particularly interesting, to be honest.
Describing where to go. So yeah, man, this is for you. Look, I made it. Yeah, I guess we're just gonna set up shop here. Wait for them to bite. Go from there, I suppose.
So hypothetically, if I did get a PIN code,
Next video, please.
if I was to get a PIN code, what would happen? Like, what could I do with that? Is this like a nightclub or something? Like, why would I want to get in here? Sergeant.
I'm just listening to this.
Alright, mate.
The officers tried to hold control by repeating the same narrative. PIN codes, general filming, a detention already justified. The auditor did the opposite. He narrated everything calmly, questioned the grounds continuously, and let the logic of their own theory play out in the open. Watch what that exposed. Repeated references to PIN codes and filming did not remove the requirement for real, articulable suspicion of terrorism before detention or seizure could lawfully begin. The threshold didn't move because the language got more insistent. Then came the moment the PIN code storyline started collapsing. By calmly asking what anyone could realistically do with a PIN code, the auditor didn't argue. He just applied common sense directly to the theory the officers were selling. And under that quiet, composed scrutiny, the narrative started sounding exactly as thin as it was. The officers wanted unquestioned compliance. What they got instead was a running audit of their own reasoning. That shift in dynamic was not accidental. It was a direct result of calm, precise questioning applied at exactly the right moment. Knowledge doesn't need to be loud to be devastating. When weak grounds get tested with clear questions, they unravel quickly and on the record. The question is, when officers repeat a weak explanation with increasing confidence, would you challenge it calmly and methodically? Or would the pressure of the moment push you toward immediate compliance?
Immediately.
Hold it if you want, hold it if you want. And then from that moment on, you've basically been able to see where I've been filming. So again, people, I'm not, I don't want to give the phone over, but they're going to seize it.
Here, while you're filming me, there's a police officer going to the pin pad where you're filming.
Sure.
And he's about to put his pin code in there.
Okay.
Whilst you're filming.
Alright, can I make out that pin code from there? Am I zooming in there?
That video needs to be deleted. And deleted from your deleted.
No, only a court order you can do that with.
Right, okay, well, seize the phone. I believe it's possible security breach of
I
first
don't
items.
think so, mate.
Yeah.
I don't think so, mate.
You've got a video of
I can't delete it.
Right, you've got a video of a police officer. So I don't want you to delete it. But you've got a video of a police officer.
And can you make out the pin code from that video? Why don't you play it back?
Well, let's not be silly. On the side of the road, maybe not. But
Yeah.
you've got the full video of him doing it.
Yeah, but you can't make out the pin code from that video. So I can't be deleting it. You need a court order
No,
to
I'm
delete
not
it.
going to say delete it. That's
So
my
if you want to see it, so why have you said delete it? So you're going to seize it through what? Well, slippery slope now, mate. This is a
Because what
slippy
you're doing is
slope.
trying to catch people out. and
Nah,
it's
I'm
a
not
bit
trying to.
immature.
Nah, okay,
Alright?
so why are you talking about seizing the phone? Can I have the phone back, please?
Not at the moment. At the moment, you're
Okay.
still detained for this search.
Alright,
alright?
okay,
I know you
okay.
think it's funny. I know you're
Nah,
excited.
because this is pathetic from you, mate. Nah. Okay, so.
It's pathetic from me. Is
Okay,
it?
pathetic from me or
I think-
pathetic from
what do
you?
think? If people do dispute, what do they think? That we're acting professionally, or that you're trying to wind people up?
Alright, can I have the phone back, please?
Not at the moment, sir. You're still detained for the purpose of such. Please don't snatch. All right? Okay.
Can you lock the phone?
Right.
You
not
see
at the
what you
moment.
need to see?
No, we've got one video. I can see there's other videos on there of police vehicles.
No, I think you've seen enough, mate.
No, so I'm still examining the phone. So we're going to the videos, all the other images. Can you open up the other videos, please? We've got other videos of police vehicles.
I don't think so.
Right, okay. At the moment.
Why? What are you going to do? Seize the phone for what?
I've told you the phone's.
Nah, mate. This is some corrupt. This is some corrupt thing. Yeah, I've consensually shown you the phone.
Okay,
So what are we doing now?
well, no, I was still examining the phone.
I haven't snatched it off you.
The encounter shifted from suspicion into something else entirely. Officers moved from PIN code to physically taking the phone, scrolling beyond the agreed clip, and hinting deletion. The auditor pushed back immediately, reminding them on camera that the phone had only been shown under pressure in the first place. That's where the mission creep got exposed. NPCC photography guidance is clear on this point. There are no powers prohibiting photographs, film, or digital images in public places. Police cannot demand to view, delete, or expand a search through lawful footage simply because they dislike what was recorded. Deletion requires proper legal authority, a court-backed process, not roadside pressure. The reasoning behind that rule matters. Evidence must be handled lawfully. Public accountability cannot be quietly erased at the side of the road. Examining other videos after being shown one specific clip was a serious overreach, and the auditor understood exactly how to contain it. By repeatedly stating that he had shown one clip under duress, he closed the gap between a false glimpse and a full device search. He named the boundary clearly and kept it on the record. Then came the insulting language, and that was revealing. Frustration tends to surface when control starts slipping, when scrutiny reverses direction, and authority finds itself being examined instead of doing the examining. Legal boundaries only hold when you name them precisely. Once consent is defined clearly, pressure loses a room it needs to expand. The question is, if police took your phone to view one clip and then started scrolling further, would you stop it immediately? Or would the moment catch you immediately?
Obviously concerning videos on there about you videoing the back of police stations, videoing the MI5 building in Vauxhall and security cameras. I personally think you do this because you have some issue with the police, you want to sue us or anything like that, but any police officer worth their salt is always going to challenge and detain and search someone who they believe might be doing something for wrong reasons, okay? And I think you know that all along, so everything you do is to try and catch me out, but all I'm here is trying to do my job. All right. So you've been detained for about half an hour, so apologies for your time, but I feel like you've put yourself in this situation and this is what you wanted to get out of it. Okay, so nothing's been taken off of you, nothing's been deleted. You need to be very, very careful about recording police officers' PIN codes and the ways that we go into police stations, etc. Right? And if you are intending to put it online, which I'm sure you are, I would suggest you very much need to blur those out.
It's your job to secure it though. If it's in public, it's your job to secure it.
I would send an email because I agree with you. I think it's not great for people to be able to see just as they're videoing on the side of the road. But you know, this is pretty much a dead end street that you've come down to video and to stand at the back videoing.
That's right. Yeah.
So those are the. Do you understand why you've been stopped?
No.
You don't understand. Okay, so I'll explain again. You were stopped because you were videoing purposefully the back of the police station, which is a security threat.
From a pavement.
From the pavement next
Public
to it.
pavement, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
However, there is obviously a terrorist threat that exists in this world at the moment. Police officers are at risk. Police stations are at risk.
Don't think they are. Well, is there any data that supports
yes,
that?
there are. Police officers get attacked often when they come out of police stations.
I definitely do.
A colleague of mine.
What by terrorists?
But people with knives, what have you. A colleague of mine, just the other month, as he was coming out, there was a male with a knife who tried to attack him. All right, it doesn't always get in the papers, but there are threats and risks. So, for those reasons, you were detained under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act because I suspected that you may be videoing a police station for terrorist reasons. I've satisfied myself by speaking to people at head office and by speaking to you and looking at your phone.
You spoke to counter-terrorism, yeah? So what did they say?
I can't tell you exactly what they say. Their advice isn't for you, it's for me.
Okay.
All right, apologies for that.
No, that's fine.
But I've satisfied them and myself that you're here today to, I would say, make videos and cause issues and get yourself stop and search.
This is where the officers attempted to retroactively justify everything. After scrolling through the phone and challenging his motives, the sergeant reframed the entire stop. Counter-terrorism, secret advice, and then, remarkably, the suggestion that the auditor himself had created the encounter. The auditor stayed measured throughout. He kept forcing specifics, and that pressure produced something revealing. Watch the sequence carefully. The explanation didn't come before the phone was examined. It came after. First, there was vague suspicion. Then, once the footage had been reviewed, came the terrorism narrative and the references to undisclosed advice. That ordering matters. Psychologically, that is backfilling. Justification being constructed after the fact rather than applied before it. The auditor's consistent demand for grounds forced that rationalization out into the open. And once it was in the open, it had to hold up. It didn't. Then came the moment the terrorism framing quietly collapsed, replaced by something that sounded much more like frustration at being recorded in the first place. That shift was not subtle, and the camera caught all of it. This is what it sounds like when authority abandons a legal narrative mid-encounter and irritation fills the space where justification used to be. Question the grounds, not the uniform. When explanations shift mid-encounter, calm clarity is the most effective protection. The question is, was this genuine counter-terrorism concern, or an explanation assembled after the phone had already been examined?
So why have you used the Terrorism Act then?
Because I don't know that until I checked.
You said it, mate. It was on the video. You said it right at the beginning.
No.
You said you're here to cause trouble.
What? If you listen to what I just said, I said I have satisfied myself that this is what you're doing. Right. I suspected you might be doing something stupid, but I don't know. And in one of the videos, you have got me, and in the background, you've got a police officer inputting their PIN code. So if that goes online, then that causes a security threat to us, doesn't it? Okay. All right. So these are
better
the
change the PIN code then.
They had, yeah. I'm going to speak to them. I don't know who they are. Those are the reasons. All right. I hope you understand.
So the grounds were that I was recording PIN codes.
The grounds were that you may have been recording terrorist activity. Okay. So walking around.
I may have been recording terrorist activity. You got that right.
Right. You're trying to trip me up on it. But so those are the grounds, all right. And then on your phone, you've also got videos of you walking around the MI5 building, purposefully videoing the CCTV cameras, and you know 100%.
As a sergeant, you know.
You know 100% that you're going to get stop and search when you do that, or you're going to get stopped and asked what you're doing, don't you? So you are doing that to put yourself in that situation. I've been calm with you. You're only putting handcuffs when I thought you were trying to take evidence away from me and possibly destroy it. And you were taking out those handcuffs once I'd satisfied myself that we could mitigate that. All right. Is there any questions?
No questions.
No. Any issues? Are you injured?
No, I'm not injured.
And how did you rate our interaction today?
Not very well. I would say it was a fail.
Why is it a fail? Do you not think you got what you wanted?
Yeah, it was a fail on you lot's behalf. It was a policing failure today.
So what would you have done differently?
I would have just put my ego to one side, man.
What ego have I got?
Yeah.
How have I stopped you with an ego? I've just stopped you because I'm doing the job.
Alright.
But if you as a police officer, you'd think the exact same thing. All these guys would have done the exact same thing.
I don't think they would.
Right, maybe they're not confident to do it, I don't know. But everyone would.
Okay.
Alright. Any questions?
No questions.
Have a good day.
You too.
This is where accountability became action. The sergeant attempted to defend a terrorism stop and then admitted he believed the auditor was there to provoke a police interaction. The auditor stayed calm, challenged the contradiction directly, and turned the entire debrief into evidence. The justification cracked open on camera. Section 43 of the Terrorism Act 2000 is precise on this point. An officer may stop and search only where there is reasonable suspicion at the time the power is used that the person is a terrorist. That suspicion cannot be repaired afterward. It cannot be substituted with a claim that someone was being provocative or trying to cause trouble. Counterterrorism powers are exceptional. They require a specific, defensible basis present from the moment they are applied. The sergeant's own admission undermined his explanation directly. Annoyance, filming, and provocation are not terrorist suspicion. They never were. Watch how the auditor applied pressure without raising his voice once. By focusing on the officer's own words, holding them up against the original justification, he forced the real sequence into the open. Terrorism first. Irritation admitted later. The timeline told its own story. Once the explanation shifted, badge authority gave way to factual inconsistency, and that inconsistency belonged entirely to the officers making the claim. This is the moment the mask slips, and a terrorism stop begins to sound like something far more ordinary. Bruised ego, dressed in exceptional legal language. The question is, was this genuine counterterrorism policing, or was it ego reaching for the most powerful legal tool available?